The following program was paid for by Southern American Media. Fox 30 WGBC invites you to the talk of all the towns in East Mississippi and West Alabama. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Candace.
And good morning. It is Friday. I'm your friend Scotty Ray and
Candace. Yeah, I hope y'all are having a wonderful morning.
Boy, we've had a uproar this morning. Lauderdale, Mississippi, where typically not a lot goes on. It was the star attraction in Lauderdale County this morning. Garbage truck caught on fire.
Oh, goodness.
Like traffic backed up, everybody trying to get to the super stop and get a cup of coffee to stay awake during all that.
Gosh, I wonder how that happened.
I haven't got official work. Now, I'm not 100% sure that it's cleaned up yet. This all began around 5.
But nobody was injured?
No, nobody was injured. The driver was able to jump out. And the early reports that I got, it was some boom boom going on with it as it caught on fire.
Oh, goodness.
Simmons were going to remove it from up there. And the last report I got about 45 minutes ago, it was one lane of traffic open around all of that. As you go past Lauderdale, if you'll know how this works, over to your left where you see those gates that go into the back way of the base, right there on the right-hand side, that little cutoff road there that goes to Old 45 is where it caught on fire.
Like Chip Pickering or something?
Well, no, it's on the right side.
I know where you're talking about, yeah.
So
okay.
This, like a field where they cut hay every year.
Yeah.
That little trail across
right
there.
at the gate almost.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So they were all over that last night. Boy.
Goodness.
We've had an exciting night. They got that taken care of. Let's see what's going on.
It's an odd thing to happen, but I'm glad everybody's okay.
Yeah, garbage trucks typically don't do that. We want to remind everybody about this tomorrow morning, and I brought this up this morning, and my folks that work on things hadn't been able to give me an answer because when I hit the button to blow it up to show it on television correctly, it's not working on this particular thing. But there's a benefit, so it's for a benefit, so we're going to go ahead and show it, because even if it's not great and wonderful. But there's a benefit tournament tomorrow out at West Lauderdale High School to benefit a deputy that has been injured.
Clint Tew.
Yeah.
If you know him, he had it, like Scotty Ray said, an injury, and they're doing this co-ed softball tournament. Now, it's going to be $20 a person to play. Starts at 8 a.m., and it's no cutoff time as of now, just until, So it's going to be tomorrow, though, and 8 a.m. If y'all want to enter it, you need to
support them, because y'all know how this is. It's tough to get by when you're not getting your old paycheck there.
So all you guys and gals, that sit and watch your kids play and reminisce and go, oh, I would love to play.
Yeah,
this is your time. Yeah,
I am awaiting an email as an investigation has been launched. I'm hearing that there was a ball game, a coach pitched ball game somewhere where some folks got ejected.
Really? Was not me. Wasn't me.
You didn't get upset.
I'm going to go ahead and clear that up. Was not Candace. Yeah.
But maybe we'll get the rest of the story, as Paul would say, a little bit later on today. Make that umpire mad. He will. You're out of here.
Yeah.
Then you're out of here.
And in some cases, in some of these ball games that we were talking about rules the other day, if a parent gets thrown out,
what happens?
The coach sometimes gets thrown out of the team.
Well, the rumor is
the
rumor was he was first to go, but again, I got Jared Wayne all over this. He's tracking it down for me. We'll find out about it. Let's see here. We got some other things going on this weekend. Also, don't forget the Highway 15 yard sale going on in Newton County this weekend.
It's a big deal. Yeah,
it is. Let's see here. We also got another one that is taking place October 1st tomorrow. As we'll pull this up also. Again, it's not the greatest picture. I'm getting it worked on.
Yes. Well, it's fine. It's fine. But, yeah, it's tomorrow. It starts at 7 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Yep.
Mount Pleasant Baptist Church.
Hope you can help them out also. Big deal for them. And also another church, if I'm not mistaken. We go to Clark County next.
Cooper's Chapel Church. They're going to have a rummage sale. They're going to have food there. Hamburgers, hot dogs, sausage dog plates. I can't talk this morning.
And those ladies can cook. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you.
That's 7 to 3 also, though.
So it's a lot going on. I hope you'll enjoy yourself doing that. And I need to do a thank you this morning. So many of you, I bend over backwards. We give our hat for making the Scotty Ray Report your number one choice for TV personality and radio. Thank y'all.
Yes, that's a good thing.
It is. And let me see if I can locate this or not. But rumor is we've got a man of the year. Have you heard about this?
I kind of caught a glimpse of it yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're talking that old boy that used to be the police chief from Meridian for the second. Oh, here it is right here. Let's go ahead and pull that up where everybody can see this. Man of the Year again.
That's right. And congratulations, Chris. And Virginia Carney, if I'm not mistaken, that's the second year in a row for her, too. For Woman of the Year. So congratulations to both of y'all. That's a great honor.
It is. Looks like that
says a lot about these two people. People think a lot of them. So
they sure do. So congratulations, y'all, and all the winners that won in that. I see a little bit of it on Facebook starting to float around of everybody that won.
Yes. You know, both of these stay busy, and Virginia Carney, I see all the time. She's got her hand in so many things throughout Meridian, trying to better the town, and so we're thankful for that. Yeah.
We got a birthday right there that we need to say happy birthday to.
Yes, Jay Swindle, happy 55th birthday to you, and I hope you have a wonderful day.
Yeah, let's see here. Miss Angela is having a birthday, but I don't know her full name there.
Yeah.
So
maybe give us her full name and
we'll
call
do that.
her out by name. But
so,
if you're Angela and you have a birthday today,
happy birthday to you.
Yes.
Hope it's a big one there. Let's see. We did have reports of gunshots in Meridian last night, right on the outskirts of the city limits. It was still in the city limits. We'll go to Highway 45. No one was hurt. But still, we had gunfire. This is Hillside Drive. This is right up from Mississippi Power on Highway 45, where you take a left, and this takes you to Old Meridian Road. Right in this area right here, gunshots were reported. Now, we have no reports of damage or injury with that, thank heavens. But still, we had a little report there.
Oh, goodness.
Let's see here what else I got. Why would I have this pulled? Oh, that was about where the wreck was, where the fire truck was pulled, burning this morning. I was wondering why I had a big map there. And let's see what else went on here. This is pretty serious, and in comparison to some, and I saw a lot of comments of saying, why did this man get life in prison without parole? As we pull this up to sammedia.network, here's what we've got. Cassie Coleman sent out the announcement that Travis Campbell, 34, was sentenced to serve life without parole in the custody of the Mississippi Department of Corrections. Judge Joe Bailey passed on sentencing. He was convicted of being a habitual offender, burglary of a dwelling. So pretty serious. There's a lot goes into this, and a lot of people going, oh, that's the first time. No, it was not.
Habitual, yeah, that means
over and over
and over. I don't know how many times, but
no, and I don't have the list. I'm sure that was presented in court, but that sends a message to a lot of people there. Now, I did do a comparison on this earlier this morning, and you do go, well, why does one judge do this and another judge doesn't? There's a man that was sentenced yesterday in Mississippi that had killed his mother and father and kidnapped his child. Apparently, they had custody of it, and he killed both of those, and he only got 60 years in prison. It did not say, life without parole, and then it's 60 years. What are the odds of him getting paroled? It was the way it was worded. It makes you think. And I know there were a lot of comments on
that's
Facebook.
Murder. I mean,
a lot of people were comparing that last night on Facebook. How can one person get life when we've got people that are sentenced for murdering and not get life without parole? I do get that comment. Murder is bad.
Yeah,
it's bad.
I wish I knew all the
laws.
The laws, yeah. I wish I knew, because even like the other day when she was here, I don't know enough about things,
I know what you mean.
To ask questions that need to be asked.
You just need to watch Texas Walker Ranger, that Cahill woman there, and you'll learn a lot. That's where I get all my evidence from.
Really? You think you could go be a lawyer now?
No, I don't. And I read this morning.
People are like that, though. Yeah. Grey's Anatomy, habitual watcher of Grey's Anatomy. Some people think they can go do surgery now.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
But there was a law also, if y'all remember, about the schools. And I said this morning on air, I've got to reread that to make sure that I fully understand what was said. And I'm not sure that I've got it still pulled up. But they finally passed a law about guns on schools, in schools. And they're going to adopt the temporary law that they had in that said that basically that schools can choose, is what it says. And again, I've got to dig deeper into that and talk to someone that...
For like workers, right? To carry guns... teachers or something.
Correct. But it's worded that each school has the choice. So I'm thinking that each district or county would get to vote on it themselves individually. I don't want to say that's the law. I want to talk to someone that knows a little bit more about that than I do.
Okay.
But that's the way I interpreted it. You know, sometimes I can be in church and I'll read it and I'll go,
We should ask.
and then the preacher says it and I'll go, oh, now I get it.
Yeah. That would have been a good question for yesterday.
It would be.
We don't always think about it, though, when we need it. So.
Learning as we go,
Yes.
so to speak there. Let's see here. What else? I had, let's see here.
Angela Barlow, that is whose birthday is today, and we wish her a very happy birthday and a wonderful day. So it's a beautiful day outside today.
And notes as we look around, and I get reports sometimes. I can't always confirm about burglaries and things that go on. An alarm went off here, but I don't get the follow up. I did get 100% confirmation just a moment ago in the 400 block of Hawkins Crossing. They were burglarized last night. We certainly hate that.
Now, Hawkins Crossing.
That would be by Johnson Mobile Homes, Old Highway 4,
Okay.
just up from where I mentioned where the gunshots were last night.
Okay,
Just back there. You've got Old Meridian Road here. Let me see if I can pull that up and show that on the screen. 400. Let's see. I'm a slow typer there, but we're going to get there.
Is that the one that crosses the train tracks?
Yes.
Okay.
And goes to Highway 11 and 80.
Yes.
Let's see if I've got this. It didn't quite pull up the exact place that I wanted, but Hawkins Crossing would be on let's see here. Let's pull this map up where we can just do it together live here as we pull this up. As we look across here, Hawkins Crossing, right there is Hawkins Crossing. This is Old Highway 45. It would be on this road right here. So if you live in that area, you've got a business, check your stuff, as we're seeing a burglary there this morning. That's
The criminals are busy after dark.
they are.
Yeah.
So we got more of this coming up. Don't rush off. Already, can you believe 12 minutes has flown by that quick?
I know.
We're watching ourselves age so quickly.
I know. By the moment.
Scotty Ray and Candace, good morning. Time to stop spending your entire weekend mowing grass. Step up to a Skag zero-turn lawnmower. Freeman Tractor in Collinsville has the #1 rated zero-turn mower, Skag, with cutting widths from 36 inches to 72 inches. Skag, the #1 choice of professional landscapers because they know nothing outcuts or outlasts a Skag. 0% financing for 48 months with payments starting as low as $129 a month. Stop by Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 and see coleslaw or buttermilk.
Health Now is your locally owned medical equipment store. Every person's need is a little different, and they offer a little bit of everything from hospital beds, wheelchairs, reclining back wheelchairs, breathing treatments, CPAPs and supplies. They even have walkers, bath products, and oxygen. And the great thing about Health Now is they offer same-day service. They're open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and on call 24/7. Health Now Medical Equipment, where we treat our patients like family.
J&J Tire and Muffler, located at 3420 8th Street, invites you by. And if you need a front-end alignment, make sure to try their new state-of-the-art alignment machine. No matter the size of your truck and car, J&J can align it. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes. And they even do work on motorcycles. With the largest selection of new and used tires, along with exhaust systems. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian. Welcome back, Scotty Ray and Candace. And little did we know yesterday morning as we were wrapping up the show and we had Mike Street in, we were talking about crime and the ways to handle yourself, that, well, on 34th Avenue, it was going down as we spoke, ending the show yesterday, gunshots would ring out. And that's exactly what happened as we go here to the Facebook page and show you this. A female was shot yesterday. Now, from my understanding, the two individuals knew each other. So you could almost go out on a limb and say maybe this was domestic related in some kind of a way.
Right.
She was shot at through a door. She did take at least 1 to 2 bullets in the leg. She was transported to the hospital. Non-life threatening, what we understand. But no matter what you say, we've had another person shot in Meridian. Just, and how many times, I'm thinking if you're a doctor and you really want to go that extra mile, a leg specialist is what, we have more people shot in the leg here.
Yeah. It's almost like that's a warning shot.
Yeah.
You know, because But you can kill somebody shooting them in the leg.
It
You have
hit the
main
right.
artery.
Yeah, I'm not a doctor or
That's
anything,
awful.
but I did watch
Awful.
Marcus Welby, MD, one time. I never liked that show, and I brought that one up, but that was really one of those that I just didn't like.
Yeah.
And let's go back, Quincy. I mean, when did he have time to be a doctor? Because he was out solving cases.
Yeah.
I mean, really, come on.
Yeah, you keep him busy here in Meridian.
Yeah, they switched all of that after that Quincy thing. Then it went to, what was the one that had the guy from Bonanza on it, and he lived in his camper outside? You remember the oldest brother in Bonanza? You know who I'm talking about, the dark-headed one? Adam, from Adam.
Okay.
He went on to become a doctor in another TV show, and he lived in Trapper John, MD.
I was fixing to say Trapper John, MD.
But he did go solve cases. He just went in the hospital, lived in that little raggedy, no, it was his best friend lived in that raggedy Winnebago out front of the hospital.
Yeah.
But he didn't solve crimes.
Goodness. We got a couple more birthdays
Do we?
to mention. We do. Melanie McBriar Stahl wants to wish her daughter, Brittany, a very happy birthday. And let's see. Also, we have Cynthia Moore. She's going to be having a birthday tomorrow. So happy birthday to you.
Well, that's a big one. Parnell
Yes.
Roberts. Thank you, Margie, for remembering that. I was blank there on what his real name was. Parnell Roberts. We also had a big fender bender yesterday right down from Anderson's Hospital. As you go over that next hill and you come down, there's the big Walgreens. Well, here's the scene of that yesterday. The MPD was on the scene there, and if you'll see all of the ambulances, look at this, and I can't blow that up any bigger. But cops, at least 2 ambulances, fire trucks sitting there. I don't believe anything was life-threatening, but I think somebody had to be checked out pretty good on that little incident that happened yesterday.
It's a busy intersection, I'll say. Yeah.
Ooh, pay attention before you go off into that.
You always have that one person that wants to beat that red light,
Yeah.
Come right on
It's
through.
really turning red, but let me go on.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, it's bad.
I don't know if that's what happened. I'm just saying, lots of times that'll
Highway
be.
39 there at that new Walmart there by Harry Mayer, constantly
Right.
that happening there.
It is.
Be careful.
Yeah.
Let's see, the biggest thing that happens in the state of Mississippi will begin tomorrow for 8 days. Last year, this brought in over $36 million new dollars to the state. What am I talking about? Well, cruising on the coast. It kicks off tomorrow.
It's a big thing. A lot of people go from here.
Yeah, I'd love to go. I just don't
would
have
too.
time.
I would love to go too. They have cars set up in parking lots, in different places. And of course, people are what they call it, cruising the coast. They cruise up and down, kind of like an 8th Street moment.
Yeah,
Except
back in the day.
Except you're seeing all these classic cars, It's really neat, though.
Yeah, they were going to do that in Meridian and relive that moment, and everybody was too scared to do that. I'm joking, but there is, no kidding, there is a thing on Facebook now, for something about 8th Street, the people that used to ride it. There is a little group on Facebook. Seriously, I forget what the group is called.
People put a lot of money in these cars, though.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that is their hobby. They like to fix up old cars, and they've put so much time and money into them. And not long ago when that one burned.
Oh,
My heart hurt when I saw that. I was like, that makes me
it'll
sick
make you
for
cry.
that person. Yeah.
And it's not only the money. Most of the people work on this. They go hunt for parts, and it's a family event of some sort.
Right. Yeah.
It
I'd
becomes
love to
part
have
of it.
something like that to be, I don't know how to fix cars, but that would be a neat thing to.
If you'd get the
work on.
gas tank from my old truck, we could start there.
I love that truck. That's a neat,
I have
neat
got
truck.
to finish it. I got the engine, and then I was going to order my brakes and my new gas tank for the fuel injected, and I ain't done it.
What model is that?
66. And
A Ford?
Chevy.
Chevy. Okay, I couldn't remember.
I really got to get that done.
Yeah. It's
And-
pretty, though.
But time just keeps rolling, and I keep missing out on that.
Yeah.
Certainly hate it. I'm gonna do it one day. As we look around, already 8:19 this morning as we're shaping up on this. The hurricane getting ready to attack South Carolina. Now let's pull this up where y'all can get a look at this. It's going to be just east of Charleston. Charleston's still in this cone as we pull this up to show you, but it's going to slam in right before lunch here on radar. Let me pull this up where you can see that better. Here's Charleston right here, and this is going to be over to Georgetown, this area in between the two as it comes in, and we'll look at those wind speeds. We're looking at 86 with gusts of 104 miles an hour a little bit after 1 o'clock. It's going to be right off the shore at 1 as it comes in. And y'all, Category 1 is still serious. It's going to be some damage. We hate it.
I'm sure people, trying to fly into that area or out of that area is going to have a hard time getting a flight.
Yeah, no way to do that. We do have now the death toll so far in the United States confirmed. 17 people have been killed in Florida. Now, the search is not over. We certainly hope there's not more deaths involved with this as it gets ready to do this again. I've shared some of the pictures. Y'all have seen them that are going. It's just devastation. And this is what it looks like.
Oh,
Look
goodness.
at that.
I feel for these people down there having to deal with that kind of stuff. I mean, because you just look at that and you go, oh, my gosh.
Yeah,
How are we going to recover?
Fort Myers, water was up to the roofs of homes. And that's when we talk about these storm surges that are so dangerous. The most that, we get rain and heavy, heavy winds occasionally there. But nothing like the people that on the Mississippi Gulf Coast and those areas, all these different areas, they get this every day.
I guess, is that pretty rare for it to go across a state and then, it becomes a tropical storm and then for it to turn back into a hurricane?
Not for Florida, it's not.
Okay.
Because it's not real wide. It can jump and come back. But does it happen every day? No, it does not. Another thing that I wanted to mention, I've got this down here, I'm trying to find it, as we get ready to send EMEPA. This is a big deal for our area as we go back to Sam Media. They are getting ready to send crews to Florida. They're going to be taking off to go down to assist with this. They're going to be leaving this morning at 8:30, about 9 minutes. That convoy is headed that way from Quitman, Kemper County, the Meridian offices. So we wish them luck. We wish them to be safe. And it's a good thing that our folks are going to help others.
Right. The Samaritan's Purse. You ever heard of that? I think it's Billy Graham's son heads that up. And they take volunteers from all over, whoever wants to come. And they're going to be helping out down there in Florida also, trying to help rebuild and stuff. He said there's some areas that they can't even get into yet because of safety reasons, but or because of flooding. But they're taking any and all volunteers that want to come and help for the Samaritan's Purse.
Now, I have not heard...
It's a Christian-based organization.
This organization keeps getting bigger and bigger, the Cajun Navy. I'm not sure if they're going down to help with that also, but that's a big group now that really helps people. They've solved murders. They've even extended out to help with that. Big group there. Bonnie says that Betsy also crossed Florida and looped back into the Gulf, went out, turned around, and came back.
Oh.
I had forgotten about that.
Gosh.
I lose track of these names because we get like 40 a year or 30, whatever the names are.
Franklin Graham. I could not remember his his first name, but Franklin Graham is the one who.
He's a good person.
He reminds me a lot of his father.
Yeah.
I
really don't think there's a personal lie that could say an ugly word against Billy Graham. I don't. Somebody asked me. I was somewhere in the middle of Texas. And I don't remember all the names that they brought up, but they brought up 3 people, and they say, who do you think has done more for the world? Who has saved more people? And it was, veterans of people that have been off into battle. And you sit back and you listen to the question, Billy Graham probably is the head of that because he saved so many souls in his life and brought people to Christ, and he saved others. And it wasn't a trick question, but it was one of those that make you sit back and go, you're probably right on that.
Right.
But that's been so long ago that I was asked that. It popped in my head as we were talking on that. Let's see what else we've got going on this morning. We talked about the wrecks. Let's see here. Scanning down. Here's a few of the pictures that were thrown in here, that were sent in, of a look. Here's just a quick look at Florida.
Awful.
Look at that.
It's devastation.
Now, I watched Mike's weather. I don't know if you watch him. He specializes in hurricanes. In my opinion, I think Mike made a mistake of going out in it. He usually sits back in the studio as I do when I track tornadoes, but he went off in it this time. And
Did he
I think he had to be rescued from his truck at one point because the water was so high.
Yeah, I would think that would be a risky thing, going anywhere around where the storm surge would be coming in, because that water comes in fast and furious.
Now, we all like to get reports from on the scene, but you've also got to remember, most folks that do weather are telling you not to go do that, and then when you go out and do what you say not to do,
right,
and there was a lot of those, numerous ones. Reed, he backed out of there. I don't know if you paid attention. No. He backed on away from all that.
No, but I mean, you can't take that chance. Lots of people do it, but you really can't.
It's a dangerous, dangerous situation there. Did you see this about the girl that was killed with deputies in a standoff?
No.
Her father killed her mother. This was in California. Her father killed her mother. I think they were separated. He went on the run, had the daughter with him, and then when it come down, he started shooting at cops, and she ran at police as a threat, and she was taken out with the father on this. The cops did not want to do it, but I don't think they had a choice in the matter of when that all happened. Tragic. Let's see here. Have you paid attention to and I brought this up quickly this morning about the young lady from Wisconsin that was the newscaster. And here's a picture of her. A beautiful young lady. Did you read this story about her? She, 3-4 weeks ago, maybe a little longer ago, committed suicide. And they didn't say a whole lot at the beginning, and it made a reference to maybe that she may have, if you glanced at the headline, may have taken something out of context and went overboard, that she'd found some lingerie in a house that she just bought with the guy that she was getting married to. And you think, well, maybe she, because let me tell you something. I remember I got falsely accused one time. And let me explain this. As a gag gift one time, somebody gave me a pair of ladies' underwear. I threw them under the seat of my truck. I didn't think nothing about it. Guess who found them?
Yeah, that would not be a good thing.
Yeah, that was and it took some explaining to get out of that. So I thought, well, maybe this old boy was innocent. Well, it turns out he wasn't. He was. Co-workers have gone on to talk about just how mean this guy.
A legit cheater.
And right before she committed suicide, she sent him a text and told him that she couldn't deal with his cheating, and she took her own life. September, sad. And I say all this because September is Suicide Prevention Month. If you know somebody that's kind of on that edge, talk to them. There's folks in Lauderdale County that can help with this. But so sad, she had her whole life ahead of her. She went and bought the gun the day that she did it.
That's awful. Awful.
Can't take that back when something like that happens.
And the sad thing is that she couldn't get past.
Yeah. Nobody's worth
he
that.
was the only man in the world for her. You know what I'm saying? And he was not worth even the breath, probably, that he would take. I just, that's awful for me to say, I know, but it's the truth. I mean, she's looked and seemed like, that she had it all going for her, and just
inside she was coming apart.
Yeah. You never know, though, what somebody's going through. You never know what walk they are taking in their own lives. Yeah.
That's true.
So.
I'm getting reports of and we'll try to get a tag number on this in a little bit. I'm getting reports that a F-350 was stolen last night, also with a 20-foot black trailer. So if you happen to see it's white, F-350 pulling a black trailer today, call the police. Doesn't hurt for them to run a tag number and check something out to make sure it's not stolen. I'll see if I can't get that tag number in a little bit so we can put that up where you can notice it. You'd be shocked as to how many cars and things are returned because of you viewers that see them out in the public.
Yeah.
Can't say thank you enough on things. Because put yourself in that place. You work hard for what you got. And insurance, I don't care how you slice it, does not repay everything that you've got into it.
Oh, yeah.
Say you had a used vehicle that was paid for and you get half of what it will cost to go buy a new one. You're still out the money and your car was fine. Hate it when that happens. That's a few of the things, but we'll get more details.
I can't stand a thief.
No. I think most of us agree that here in the Meridian area.
I mean, I when I was growing up, I didn't even pick up loose change around the house. If it wasn't mine, I didn't touch it. I mean, and that's just the thing to me. I mean, a lot of people think that, well, that's overboard, but yeah, I didn't.
She'd got that spanking. That's why she didn't do it.
That's right. If it ain't yours, don't touch it.
Scotty Ray and Candace, good morning.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in-store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
When you gear up, and journey out. Nothing but you and the wilderness for miles. Just remember, you're the boss. Steel MS-271 Farm Boss, built for the toughest jobs. Journey onward.
Join Mike Rice Auctions and Wholesales every Tuesday night for a live auction, and you can bid from the comfort of your own home. Each week, Mike has a whole selection of auction items. Maybe you're a business that needs a liquidation sale. Or maybe you're in charge of an estate and don't know what to do with all you got. Talk to Mike Rice Auctions about an estate sale. Let Mike turn these items into cash for you. Your next deal is waiting for you at Mike Rice Auctions and Wholesale this Tuesday night, live on Facebook at 6:30. Welcome back. And Snowden & Company is here to help you when it comes to getting a new home. We've talked about them before. One of the most trusted names in the Meridian area when it comes to closing on your home and understanding what all of that paperwork is. Or maybe you're selling and you need to get the absolute most for your home that you can. Well, you can do that. Here's a fine home that's listed here in the West Lauderdale area. I know they sold one yesterday that was huge, closed on it. If you were looking for a big home, little home, it doesn't matter the size. They handle them all there.
That's right.
Talk to them. Classic homes. If you want that old style, they've got those as well. It's water. If you want to go out on that, be it Dalewood, they've got that as well. As we come across, you can even go up to areas like Enterprise. They have homes there also. If you're needing to go to Lake Ross Collins, as I get tongue twisted here, can't help it.
They have them everywhere right now available.
Yes.
I don't think I've ever seen as many, in different areas as
See
they
'em.
have right now.
Talk to Amanda. She'll walk you through this and any of her friendly sales staff. They're there to help you on Poplar Springs Drive. Call them, 453-3937, or visit snowdenrealestate.com. Easy to do, and they'll help you out there. Can you believe it is Friday and tomorrow is October the 1st?
I cannot. I mean, September just flew by in the blink of an eye. It really did. But we have another birthday.
Do we?
So many birthdays today. Greg McCary from Quitman is going to be 60 years old today. So, excuse me, I think it's tomorrow. But happy birthday. Hope you're having a wonderful one.
Let's see here. I wanted to see if I had any more notes that I'd made myself. Let me glance here real quick at a note where I made myself a note. Let's see. Over on 25th Avenue also last night in that area, there was somebody that tried to break in a home. And also the day before yesterday, I had a report, and this has happened before, of you go to walk at Oak Tibby in those areas, and somebody comes along and gets in your car. Make sure that there is nothing visible of value that is within view of your car. That's not going to stop them all, but it is a deterrent.
Yeah.
Can't stress that enough. All right.
Vicky Flake wants to say to her grandson, Rhett Flake, he plays on the Tribe baseball team. It's they're going to a baseball tournament this weekend in Pearl, Mississippi. So good luck to the team and good luck to Mr. Rhett. He is the cutest little thing. He used to be on our ball team. Yes. And so wish him all the luck.
Yeah. Did you mention Brad having that birthday there? Did I overlook that one?
I did not. It's just popped up. But Brad Allen is having a birthday today. So happy birthday to you.
All right, let's look back on a few things that happened on this date. And I wasn't around, but this was a huge day because this really developed so many people in having a career. If they said it at that point in time in American history, you either had a career or you didn't. And what am I talking about? The Grand Ole Opry. And for the very first time tonight, when you got home, you could sit back and watch for the first time the Grand Ole Opry on television. Aired, premiere tonight. Of course, that was back in the heyday of things when Hank and all them. If you weren't a member of the Opry, you didn't get much airplay across America. The bad part about that was if you become an Opry member, you had to perform every Saturday night. So if you had a show in Ohio, you had to drive back Friday night all the way to be there for Saturday night to Nashville.
Goodness.
Pretty tough.
Yeah, that would be tough.
1953, this old girl was born. And she had a bunch of songs, but the ones you'll probably remember would be Baby I Lied. Anybody remember?
I do remember that.
Deborah Allen?
I didn't know who sung that. I was
You didn't?
thinking it was somebody else. I was thinking it was somebody else. I can't think of her name right now. Sylvia. That's who I was thinking it was that sung it.
Oh, she Matador. That was one of her big ones there. Like Sylvia. In 1955, this guy would go down in history at 24 years old. There's never been another one quite like him. James Dean was killed in a car crash on this date back in 1955. Of course, that red jacket there, that is how most people remember him.
That hairstyle is like a big deal now.
Yeah,
Lots of the young guys are having that same hairstyle now, yeah.
What was the name of that car, that Porsche that he wrecked in? It had, was it like, I can't remember the name of the car, but it had an odd name of being almost not good. I'll have to think on that. 1958, one of our hometown heroes had a birthday, and we say salute to Marty Stewart, our very own, who's building the country music library there in Philadelphia, Mississippi there.
Okay. Happy birthday, Marty Stewart.
Hope it's a good one there for you.
Yes.
Hadn't bumped into Marty in a while.
He's doing a lot with that.
Country Music Congress.
Yeah.
It's neat. I passed by it the other day. Can't wait to go inside.
Oh, yeah, that'd be neat. Really neat.
1960 tonight, you would sit down, and this premiered for the first time, and it's been a hit ever since. We all know Barney and the whole gang there and Fred. It premiered on television, 1960.
Used to watch that.
So that's 62 years old. Can y'all believe that?
Gosh. I can't believe it, Lord. Nanette Pearson's having a birthday on October the 2nd. That's this Sunday. So Nanette Pearson. We've almost got the same name. My middle name is Nanette.
Say that again.
Nanette.
So Nanette and Nanette.
Nanette, yeah.
Is yours got an E in it? Is that right?
Yeah, N-E-T-T-E.
Why'd your mama name you
I don't know, but
is it after someone?
No, I think it's after a great-grandmother or something, yes.
Dawn says
It
her
was
favorite.
part of her name, yeah.
Bam Bam was her favorite there off the Flintstones.
Yeah.
I've met this old boy several times, and a lot of you came to Meridian, Mississippi, out to the Ag Center to meet him. They were just getting started, and we brought in Meridian, one of the nicest people you'd ever want to meet. 1963, Eddie Montgomery was born of Montgomery Gentry. That's that signature black that he always wears no matter where he goes. He is a great singer.
So he's still playing.
Yeah.
Is he doing solo?
For a little while, what they would do, and I'm sure by now they're changing that, but when he would come out on stage, it was still listed as Montgomery Gentry, and they would put T. Roy's microphone in the spotlight.
Right.
And touching, very touching. 1978, I remember this song like it was yesterday. I was 9, but I remember it. Olivia Newton-John had the #1 song in America. Who remembers Summer Nights?
Oh, yeah. I remember that.
I don't remember the next word to it, but aha, Sheila. That's why I couldn't remember the name of the car. I can't say that word.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna leave it at that. I can't name James Dean's car. Marty says that Marty Stewart is only 4 days younger than her. You get him, girl. 1984, and the thing that always sticks out about this, and I don't know if you've watched that new television show that is called Better Call Saul, which is a spinoff of Breaking Bad, and it's about an attorney who is trying to make it. In the early stages of it, he's trying to make his law practice work. And so he figures out that there's a company in a nursing home that has messed someone up. He's dug around in the garbage and found it all. And he figures out the only way to get it is to buy one commercial is all he could afford, one on television. And he places it in the middle of this TV show called Murder, She Wrote. And he gets all of his people to stand by. He goes, this commercial is going to play and we're going to get phone calls. And sure enough, it worked, and his law practice kicked off by playing that at the hour. He studied nursing homes of what they watched, and it worked for him. Did you ever watch that, Murder, She Wrote?
Oh, yeah, yeah. My mama, she watched it religiously, all the time. So, yeah, I sat and watched it with her.
And if you'll remember, the cop that was on the show was, what's his name, from Happy Days, the dad from Happy Days. And I'll think of his name later.
What was his name? Goodness. He did the Glad commercials and all.
Yeah, sure did.
Yeah.
We'll just refer to him as what's his name. It'll be okay.
Yeah.
Everybody know who you're talking about. 2006, this was really, really big because no one had ever done it. Conway Twitty is like royalty in the South, especially in country music. Conway just was it. He had the most #1s of anyone. 40-something there. But on Today, back in 2006, that would finally be taken away from Conway. And who was it that did it?
George Strait.
And Give It Away. You know who wrote Give It Away?
Who?
Take a wild guess. You know him.
I know him.
Yeah. You know of his songs, his music. Any guesses?
Give me an initial.
J.
J.
Yeah, JJ. Did that help any? Nope, that didn't go anywhere, did it?
No.
Jamie Johnson co-wrote that song. And if you've ever heard him sing it with Leanne Womack, whoa.
Yeah.
Great stuff there. But listen to the words to that 4-poster bed. Give it away. Yeah. Strong stuff there.
Tom Bosley.
That's
the name of the actor that was on Murder, She Wrote, also on Happy Days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a good actor. We saw him for years there. The whiniest voice that I've ever heard anywhere has a birthday today, and it was squeaky. Very squeaky. Anybody remember? She was hot.
It's Fran Drescher.
She could wear a skirt and make it look like no other woman.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna lie about it. Just tell you the truth.
I
How
watched
it really was.
The Nanny. I always used to watch that. It was cute.
It
was a cute
was
show.
a good show.
It was funny.
No word yet if they'll ever do a remake of that, of a get-together 60 years later. Some of these shows, it's just so hard to believe that it's been that many years now.
I know. Oh, gosh. But, yeah, she had that nasally. When she talked their nose.
But that little guy that was the butler in it, I'm going to tell you something, he's funny. Because he was always messing with that other girl that was after the boss, too, whatever his name was. But that little guy made the show. I liked him. He was funny. Scotty Ray and Candace, bright and early on this Friday. We hope you got a smile by now. If you hadn't, get yourself a cup of coffee. Because it really is an attitude adjuster.
It is.
Makes people happy and all kinds of things. We'll be right back.
There's something special about autumn. Colorful snapdragons, eye-catching mums, and pumpkins. What better place to pick these up than at Al's Garden and Gift? Come see the bountiful selection of pumpkins in a vibrant array of colors and sizes. Choose a handmade wreath or decorations to welcome an entrance or an indoor space. Savory sides will make tailgating fun with Captain Rodney's, Goodson pecans, Grumpy Man, Redneck gourmet jellies, grilling sauces, and more. Al's Garden and Gift, a charming place to harvest memories and gifts this fall.
On this field, as on the gridiron, each inch is fought for and marked by sweat. Each inch taken through disciplined training. With a Kubota L2501 tackling each inch in the trenches, whether those inches are measured here or here, all adding up to yards. For each yard, Kubota measures victory, and the touchdown is Parrish Tractor. Here, we're much more than a tractor store.
Welcome back with Scotty Ray and Candace. And we also wanted to mention that coming up at Al's tomorrow, they're going to have a bouncy house for the kids. Jumpstart Coffee is going to be there. Food, fun, fellowship, whole bunch of folks going to be out there at Al's tomorrow. And that's not all that's going on in that little strip. We've also got a lot going on over at Rock House Gun and Palm.
Yes.
Their big tent sale.
Oh, yeah. They're going to have the no tax. And
everything in the store, no tax on it.
That's right. And you're going to be entered in, if you buy anything Friday or Saturday, it gets you entered into a free 12-gauge pump.
Yeah, shotgun. They're going to be giving one of those away. If you buy anything, your name gets thrown in.
Yeah.
Pretty neat there. So good luck to everyone. And then I think there's even a big sale going on right down the street from there. Also at the back porch.
That's right. If you have not visited the back porch, you're missing something. I mean, they've got a little bit of everything in there. If you want a grill, you need a swing for out in your yard, or a picnic table, and anything in between.
That's
There's
right.
everything you can think of. They have frozen foods that you can, casseroles or hamburger meat. What's a 10-pound roll for like $19.99?
It's a bargain.
That's right.
See them.
But all kind of spices to cook with too. Anything you can think of.
I don't know how to use them, but they got them. Joe Gully, you're right on this. Conway Twitty's family is from Kemper County, buried out at Spring Hill Cemetery. That's a fact. If you've never had a chance to visit any of that, go by there. Harold Jenkins is his real name, so don't be looking for a Twitty name in any graveyard. You won't find anybody kin to him there, but his real name, Harold Jenkins, if you want to look him up there. Let's see here. As we look around, big news stories there. Kamala made a not as bad as... All right, let's just back up and talk about Joe of his speech the other day. Jackie, where are you? Stand up, Jackie.
I was just fixing to say, I heard this yesterday, and I thought, this is the topper on the cake. Like, this is the one that I cannot believe he did.
And what we mean by this, Jackie is the representative that was killed in a car wreck more than 2 months ago. And Joe is thanking people at this event. He starts calling her out, asking her to stand up.
Yeah, I don't know where she's at, but she's, Yeah.
That
And she had passed away. That would be a big blooper. I don't even know if you call it a blooper.
I don't know how to word that. And the White House tried to blow it off as, well, she was on his mind.
No.
That is not the case on that. Y'all know that as well as I do. Whether you voted for him or you didn't vote for him, you got to feel for somebody like that. That is a very tricky situation.
When is this gonna become? I mean, is it gonna take some kind of a natural? I mean, not a natural, but a national disaster of some kind that he causes to say, "Oh, we should have done something a while back." Because I mean, if you can't remember stuff like that,
all right,
who's to say that you might do something major to cause a major? Something?
You can tell Putin his wife's ugly. He not take it very well. Men got in arguments over that, y'all.
It's just a dangerous situation.
And LaWanda, you're correct. That is a major mess up there.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that. I'm seeing the words quack and all kinds of other different comments on here. Hey, we need to mention
for words, but it's a dangerous situation.
A anniversary, and I made Cynthia and her husband. Is it EXO? Is that how you pronounce it?
Yes, EXO. Mm-hmm.
They're celebrating 44 years together in Union, Mississippi this morning. Well, congratulations to y'all.
Happy anniversary.
44 of them.
Goodness.
I ain't going to say nothing. I'm going to let that be.
That's wonderful, though.
Yeah, I'm not even in the
44 years of
run.
marriage.
Long time. You kind of know each other after that long. That does happen there.
Yes.
Let's see here. As we look around, Billy Ray got a divorce. We all heard about that.
Oh, I did not know he got a divorce.
25 or 28 years. Yeah, he's already engaged.
Oh, really?
Yep. He's done found him a new one. I'm going to go out on a limb here, and let's just show the picture of her. I'm thinking there might be a little age difference. Y'all tell me what you think here. Here's Billy Ray.
Billy Ray with his braided ponytails.
Yeah, I don't think that look is.
Is he trying for a Willie moment?
That's what it looks like. He is 61 and she's 28. See what happens when you got money? You get better looking each day.
Gosh. Billy Ray needs a new hairdo. Hairstyle.
Going back to the mullet, Billy, we all put up with that. Now, I haven't read enough into this, but this is not. It's not working out the way Joe thought. Do y'all remember all this where if you owed any money for your student loan, it was going to be forgiven?
Right.
Well, they made a U-turn on that because they figured out it was going to cost $400 billion, $400 billion to taxpayers. Now they're saying, well, if you got that money from a private institution, well, I'm sorry, we're not going to repay that. You got to do that yourself. And I hadn't dug deep enough into this to really understand who gets it and who doesn't get it.
Right.
But at the end of the day, they are backing up, and not everybody's student loan is going to be paid for because they can't afford it at this point. They figured out that they moved before they spoke before they investigated.
So how do you pick and choose?
I don't know. But here is something, and when I read this story last night, I was sitting here about 8:30. I remembered not long ago, 5-6 years ago, something like that, and there was a man that was running for president. He made all of these weird claims that he thought America ought to do, and I remember hearing going, nobody would ever agree with you on that. Well, it was Bernie Sanders, and Bernie was the first person that brought all that up about paying for everybody else's stuff, if you remember. And I thought, there's no way America would believe that. But, boy, have we made an about-face change of what's acceptable and what's not acceptable of where your tax dollars go.
You know, and it's just, like I said, though, this student loan thing, it was a slap in the face to a lot of Americans. I mean, that are...
Well, let's even take it a step further. Say you've already paid off your student loans 30 years ago. Don't you deserve your money back, too?
Yeah. I mean, or what if you couldn't afford to go to school and you couldn't have gotten a student loan for whatever reason?
Right.
And you just didn't go.
So
you just made do, and you just did what you had to do to make a living. You know, like you just, maybe you just got whatever job. And... you couldn't afford to go to school.
So do you sue now because you didn't have an opportunity to go to college because they're paying for other people's? Do you do that?
I don't know.
See how that opens up other things that you don't know the answer to?
But people who have already paid for their, sacrificed now, and I've talked to several people, parents, that they sacrificed a lot of things to send their kids to college. You know, they cut corners here and there and did without what they needed to do without to make their kids be able to go to college. Pay for their, their college education, because as we all know, that is not cheap. And now they have to help, supposedly, if it goes through, repay other people's.
Yeah.
They just didn't have to pay. But, I just think it's just a horrible situation that
That's a bad
everybody's
one.
in financially in this country right now. It's not just the student loan thing. It's lots of things.
It is. Hey, I just got a text, and Putin agreed with Joe. He thought his old lady was not so handsome or beautiful. He ain't got one. He's got a daughter, but he ain't got a wife.
Goodness gracious.
We got so much more to come up as we head toward 9 o'clock to, get your weekend started right here with Scotty Ray and Candace.
One of the most important places to you is your home. That's why Patrick Allen Companies is proud to provide style, functionality, and security to your home. There's nothing quite like a well-designed overhead garage door or vinyl replacement windows, or the safety of a storm shelter to help your family feel protected. Patrick Allen offers doors and windows for commercial and industrial with dozens of innovative designs. Patrick Allen Companies, safety, service, and satisfaction.
The Square Peg Mini Mall, located across from the Neshoba County Co-op in Philadelphia, Mississippi, is a family-owned business that promises to treat you like family. The Square Peg Mini Mall has been operating for over 10 years and boasts over 30 vendors with a rotating inventory to fit that something you're looking for. Inventory is constantly updating, so there's always a chance for a surprise when you step inside. Come visit the Square Peg Mini Mall, located on 335 West Main Street in Philadelphia, Mississippi.
Well, as we talk about Chet, he's busy this morning. They got some sandpaper in hand this morning. What are they doing? They're working on cars. Folks that accidentally got in the accidents they didn't mean to, from doors to fenders to hoods, all of that stuff from, getting sideswiped. They'll put this all back together, cut that out, put it back, and color match the paint. And if you need your car fixed, just ask around. The best way to find that is you standing in line somewhere. You'll hear Chet's name.
Oh, yeah.
One of the best there is. 737-2961. Quality, dependable work that you'll find right here in Meridian. If you've got a problem, see Chet. He'll help you. Again, drop in and see him right there in the curve. That's the office. You'll bump into a friend that you know. There's a lot of folks visit out there for coffee and other things.
Yes.
People just come visit him.
Mm-hmm. They are, good at what they do, though.
They
Very
sure
dependable.
are. Mm-hmm. Can't beat that. Hey, we got something going on in the community we forgot to mention.
We do. On Saturday, October the 8th, the E.J. Knox King Solomon Masonic Lodge, number 130. They're going to have a Buddy Hines Memorial. They're selling Boston butts. Their tickets are $30 each. So if you know somebody that's in that Masonic Lodge, get with them. They have tickets for sale. Also, they can be picked up at the E.J. Knox King Solomon Lodge, number 130. And it is located at 5073 Russell Topton Road. So if you're having an event at your home, you're having a cookout, and you need a Boston butt, they're great to have. $30 each. Y'all need to go and get you one.
Exactly. I had not heard of how that young lady passed away, that was kidnapped, that was jogging. The autopsy has come out, and as we learned from this, she died of a gunshot wound to the back of her head. Blunt force trauma, as the autopsy confirms. I had not heard that until now. I thought we would share that with you if you wanted to know what went on with her. Sad as we look around the United States of those that try to help others. New York City, we had an EMT trying to save somebody's life. As he was doing that, he was stabbed and killed. Think about that. Lord. Doesn't make you want to go to... I know. It's just one thing after another as we look at all of this.
Have you seen the video of the woman that was attacked on the subway?
Yes, where she was thrown. Yeah.
Yes, he threw her into the wall and just kept on beating her.
She
and then
may lose her eye.
Yeah, somebody came over trying to help the lady, and he acted like he was going to lunge at them and go at them also. And I think he has a rap sheet too. I think he had killed someone, maybe beat his grandmother to death.
Bad folks.
And so he was out after doing something like that.
That's what happens when the law is not...
horrible.
You got to stand by what our laws are. We got a lot of laws. We could fix a lot of things with the laws that we currently have.
Yes.
As we look at this, do you have an iPhone? Shares are dropping if you happen to own stock in it. Why? 3% of it's dropped. They're going to quit making $6 million. They've cut from the amount. They're going to cut out $6 million of them. People just aren't buying them right now. Might be that they're so expensive. Do you remember back in the day when you got cell service, they'd give you a phone? Y'all remember that? Make me mad. I'll switch companies and get a new phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that went away, and they started charging you $1,500 per phone.
I know. I went in one time, and I told the guys, like, now these phones are not $700. You know that y'all don't pay $700 for these phones. I wish I knew what the amount was that the actual phone companies paid.
I have no clue.
Resold them.
But I mean,
they are expensive. Make you sick.
$700 is a bargain.
I know, but it'll make you sick if you drop them and crack the screen or.
Look, I got the 2-month-old. I got the one that was 2 models behind this one. This is, I think, an 11, and I paid $9.99 plus tax. And you had to. Why you got to pay for this over 2 years? I don't know. They break it over your. But that ain't worth $1,100.
I know. It's basically just a small little handheld computer.
Yeah. Have you touched anybody? I saw it the other night of the phone that opens up like this.
I have not, but I was fixing to mention that. Is that not an Android?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Android makes those, but yeah, they flip open, and I think you can kind of type on them like a keyboard.
Now, I had an Android. I bought 3 of them in a row after I broke them. I mean, broke them, and then that's when I went back to the iPhone. But had I bought a screen protector, I guess that wouldn't happen. That was after my surgery, and I couldn't grip nothing. I was dropping everything.
I always get the screen protector
that
goes on there because I'm telling you, I thought not long ago when I dropped mine that I had cracked my actual screen on my phone, but it was just the little thin protection screen. So they do work.
I knew a friend of mine who had a crack in his thing. He was going on a date, and she sent him a picture. He wouldn't go out with her because she thought she had a bunch of wrinkles, and it was just his screen was cracked.
You do see. I know my daughter one time had one, and it just looked like a shattered, screen, and she was trying to see what.
Well, I cut my finger on mine one time. The screen was busted, and that's when I went and bought me a new one there.
It's a hazard, Scotty Ray.
It is. But those things are expensive.
They are.
America is evacuating as they're told not to stay in Moscow. We don't know what's going on over there as they are forcing people to join the military to go fight. There's people not wanting to do it. Something bad is happening over there, and we hope this doesn't expand to a world thing. Right. You know what I mean by that. Let's hope that. It
seems like he's just unstable. You know.
They're called madmen is what they are.
Unpredictable.
General Motors has delayed ordering workers back to work. They're going to let them stay at the end of the year at their home. We want to say thank you. It's coming to an end.
It flew by today. It did. But we hope you have a wonderful weekend, a safe weekend. If you're playing ball, good luck. And we'll see y'all back Monday morning at 8 a.m.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.